We'll just restart from here as I've been rambling. This is going to be Phoenix Wright. This is going to be a solo voice acting job. I'm going to cover all the genders tonight. It's going to be part 15 of Trials and Tribulations. We're going to pick this up. I believe this is the start of Investigation 3, too. Right. Is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
Curse you and giving her a weird southern accent. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock the last time I came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? She's German now.
Yes.
If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. You need a quick little suck job? Need me to tug on your hog a little bit? Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself, see? You're all making pee-pee jokes. They're all making sexual innuendos. Anyway, though, feel free to interact. I'll segue and interact with chat as best as I can as we go through. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You can take care of things here. Well, she's German. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. Oh, but there's a Noodle. She climbing. Up, bye, Noodle. So cute when she climbs because the tail goes.
I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right. But
What?
then I saw these chains here. Saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and who in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Karain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them.
She's getting more and more closer to Herbert the pervert from Family Guy. Sorry, can't help it.
That's why only the person who set the lock can open it.
And you want the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. You're so good at counting. I'm so glad Phoenix Wright paid attention in counting school.
Well, what does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of the locks. The first one.
Yeah, that's correct.
But Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But,
It will take time, won't it?
yeah, about a day if I had to guess.
A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us?
Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
We've got to wait another day? What? This is your fault. You're not helping. You're not helping! You've got to wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now. And maybe some cheeseburgers. Yo, why don't we try and throw some cheeseburgers down the fucking slits? Some cheeseburgers, a grilled Charlie, if you might. You know what, Iris? You fucking suck. There's still one thing I don't quite get.
And what might that be, Phoenix Wright?
I think it's obvious. Y'all down for a threesy? Huh? Huh? No? Alright, fine. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen the same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple? It's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. God damn it, more psycho locks. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. That's the noise she made. Ugh. Alright. I'm gonna back it out to blah 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 blah. No, I'm just gonna back it out here. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. I have to voice Pearls, are you fucking kidding me? It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Jesus. Dude's got a 2-track mind. Yanking on Edgeworth's hog and dunking on Larry Butts. February 9, Heavenly Hall.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is the loser's shack where losers get together and lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Laurius did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over the miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
I don't know what to say about Larry Butts. I am going to run to the bathroom quick. Not get a chance. Whew. Everybody doing okay tonight? Figure it out. I'll... Yeah, I grabbed sausage. I was gonna say, oh, we have like 8 million cookbooks. Find something in there. Peachy, busy day at work. Welcome, Taka. You can sit here and listen to me babble like an idiot for the next hour. It's fabulous. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. 2 losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. I don't think Larry Butts has enough brain cells to fucking put that shit together. What am I gonna do with him? What are you doing?
What has gotten into
And
you?
you?
What are you
What are you
doing?
doing? You used to be subtle.
You don't even care anymore.
You don't care anymore, do
You
you?
don't care anymore, do you?
All right, then. Well, what do you think about this picture, Pearls? Larry's fucking weird.
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
Oh, the river. Just throw him right into the river. He ain't surviving. See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know?
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. Wonderful fantasy.
No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you. Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Larice...
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. Yep. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, a person on fire flying over a bridge. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck, and I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that look of doubt on your face? Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? What exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just... Well, I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yeah, it does. Oh. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Ms. Denim's room. Yeah, Miss Denim's room, reading a book together. But Miss Denim was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. What? Did Pearls do it? Is Pearls a bloody murder? Yo, what's up, Cerviche? And Daikon friends, how are you all doing tonight? What's going on, buddy? 13-2. What's up, Run Ben? Welcome. Hope you're all having a terrific night. How was 13-2? Yo, Dan handing out a gift sub to Draco Storm. Super appreciated. So on 13-2, 13-2 can be a bit of a grind. I want to say, is it Sharky? If you're still here, I believe the next game in the trilogy, Lightning Returns, actually just had a randomizer come out, which is really cool. I hate huge maps. You're gonna love 15. Woo! Final Fantasy 15 takes about 3 to 4 hours to like walk from one side of the map to the other. So yeah, 13.2 has a preliminary rando as well. Yo, what's up, Chaos? Welcome in. I'm Kyos. I'm a speedrunner of Final Fantasy 15, Nier Automata, TZA, Final Fantasy 12. We're doing a little casual voice-acted Phoenix Wright tonight. Normally, my partner joins me. Tonight, I'm carrying the entire vocal crew. Kyos in the Void. Okay, I have a rough idea of where you are. You're making good progress though. Anyway, I hope you had a good New Year as well. How have you been feeling about 13.2? Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Really? Every single one of you. Stinky, stinky liars.
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
Yeah, the cutscenes are dope. Like, I love the animation and aesthetic of 13.2, but the maps can be interesting. The quiz dude. Oh no, the quiz dude. What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it's disappeared.
What? Your powers have disappeared? Yo, thank you, Buttery Bum Cheeks. That's a good username. Bubba, your popcorn. Would you? Midnight Noodles? Did you light the quiz dude on fire and throw him off a bridge? What do you mean your powers has disappeared?
It's all over for me. Spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Oh, Larry Butts.
Hey, what are you looking at me for?
Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? The abs, in fact, are real.
Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you.
Just as I thought. Gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Sheesh. Can't believe she buttered shorts. Yeah, 13.2 is an interesting game. I believe, Sharky, can you correct me if I'm wrong here? Isn't 13.2 the game where you can push kids over? I could watch kids fall down all day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. Damn. I'm gonna just go back to the garden. The death metal chocobo themes, they're also pretty good. Let's go check in on our boyfriend, prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, so I've spent so much, like a good bit of time around the 13 trilogy, but like haven't really played it. I'll get there one day. But I am happy to let you know that it is almost over though. You only have what? Lightning Returns and 15 left. Between those two, they could be over as quick as probably, I'd say 60 hours total. Could take you up to 160. Who knows? But if y'all don't know Daikon, please definitely check out his content. Fabulous creator, cute emotes, very, very talented bassist. He doesn't talk about it that much, but y'all should convince him to post more videos. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering. Edgeworth? Eh. It's okay, buddy. It happens to everyone eventually. It's performance anxiety. Hey, don't you dare run away. Oh, Bubba, he's all pouty and shit. Oh, I forgot about Waff. All right, here is your somewhat hot take. World of Final Fantasy is one of the top 3 Final Fantasy games. What do you want, Wright? What do I want? That ass. Give it to me. If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Yo, what's up, Zim? Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. This shit is getting really kind of fucking romantic. It's getting a little saucy and spicy at the end here. Hi, Zim. Hope you're well. Oh no, I did a good enough job convincing you that Phoenix and Edgeworth were a couple. Dirge, Revenant, and Chocobo Dungeon 2. Dan?
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Come on, Dan. We all know Chocobo Dungeon 1 is much better than Chocobo Dungeon 2. Besides, in Chocobo Dungeon 1, you do the pat-pat dance. You got the vid. You're like only the 5th person to get it that I know today. So rest up, quarantine, stay hydrated. Yeah, it's spreading like absolute wildfire along the East Coast right now. Y'all be like, just don't go outside if you don't have to. Just hopefully it's mild. Hopefully you can just stay in and do your thing and get through it quickly and safely. We're pulling for you. You went back to the criminal affairs department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris? Yes. I work from home as much as I can. We like double mask and fucking stay away from people when we go out one time a week to the grocery store. I might hammer my boss and be like, dude, I'm not going into the office. This is absurd. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. I wish everyone could stay home. Staying home would have fixed a lot of problems a very long time ago. Noodle's back! You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? New York's bad, Pennsylvania's bad, Jersey's bad, Maryland's bad, Virginia's awful. Florida, well, I mean, that's been on fire for, well, how many decades? Yeah, Michigan's pretty rough too. There's a high chance that this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, these things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes and being a power bottom. No. Though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school. Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. Yo, Anna, thank you for the host, brother. How are you? It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Thank you for the look. We actually did some 3D modeling on stream earlier, so this is going to be a short episode, but I really enjoy like having the ability to do crazy projects. I'm going to print a pretty small sword for Sharky, and Draco wanted me to see if it was possible to print like a pretty close to full-size Abyss Greatsword. So I spent like an hour breaking it down, making it printable, and tubing it, which is really fun. Yep, Savage Raid preparations. Good luck to those of you that are 14 fans. Best of luck, dude. And Kyos, thank you so much for hanging around, and thank you for swinging by in the raid. Make sure you have a terrific night. While we have a little segue here, y'all are interested in what we do here: speed runs, casual play, cooking streams, lots of JRPGs. Definitely feel free to join the Discord and take a look at the YouTube. You can catch up on pretty much everything that's going on and everything that has been recorded and streamed through those two links. We'll take a second to shout out our tea sponsor, nerdteas.ca, and our friends over at Grinding Coffee Co. Yeah, that'll do for now. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen, passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there! But it was such a shock. Never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. Not after you saved me. I think Edgeworth needs some love and some help. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Speaking of self-pity, no. Speaking of the Final Fantasy series, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, by the way. I am not gonna lie. Dirge of Cerberus is actually a good game. I just wanted to give Dan a quick razz. Dirge of Cerberus is a really cool game, one of the side games of the Final Fantasy series. And Chocobo Dungeon 2. Chocobo Dungeon 2 is actually better than Chocobo Dungeon 1. It's just not as fun to speedrun. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait, not somewhere. Felt like I'd seen her in court before. Yep, exactly, and it's really tough to manipulate that one and keep it manipulated. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. As cases go, first nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the most crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. Neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong! Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Dirge of Cerberus is a fun speed run, though, and I won't take no for an answer on that. Are they gonna pull a twin card? Maybe. Yeah, no. WAF definitely is not for everyone, Dan. Like I will absolutely agree. It's definitely like it definitely plays differently than any other Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's definitely not what I would call like main combat dynamics. But it is, however, adorable.
Well, what's the damage? How was the sacred cavern?
It looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern.
But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Karain tradition.
Well, we have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Ooh, best of luck tomorrow, Dan. Definitely get some rest, feel better, and hopefully no problems arise. Final Fantasy 13-2 is Pokemon Hybrid. True! So is the Final Fantasy X-2 monster speedrun. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh, yes. We were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Karain disappeared 17 years ago? I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago, when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Karain tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to that."
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, slammed the door and said that I'm sorry. Probably. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Karain, and her daughters, the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line.
Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed?
You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mass case, and during Maggie Bird's trial, too. She's got some titties. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. Yeah, I'm starting to get there, Alfina. The Karain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know? Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see, all because of one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. That's when Misty Faye fucked up and summoned the wrong person. All because of that incident. Absolutely. And the pixel remasters make it a lot easier for the retro stuff, too. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the Dl6 Incident. That's the name of the file. The Dl6 Incident? I knew it! The Dl6 Incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. Yeah, I gotta work myself there too, Sharky, eventually. Murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. The medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. That man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Karain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Karain Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. Then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Karain tradition is starting to recover at last. With a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? The spiritual power of the Karain channeling technique is in the blood. We call it metachlorianisms. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with the spirit flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ami. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister, Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Maya is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Maya got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. Oh yeah, her aunt was a fucking scuzzbag. That's right, Mystic Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Morgan? There's a name. Oh well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home, Rain Village. What she did was terrible. It was all she could do to make her own daughter the next master. Oh my fucking god, she fucking dead. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with this? That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. Oh. Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Hold up. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls. Pearl Faye.
Oh well?
Oh, well. But I always thought she was an only child. What's up, Mark? You jest. That child, she's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Mystic Morgan? But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes, very much so. I put her there. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. Dim-ba-dim. Yo, nice fucking hair, bro. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Wait, what? 3? Yes. Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. There it is. Fucking twin sister. What? Twin sister? Yo, no worries, Mark. Yeah, I've been really excited. So this is, I guess, the first part of the trilogy. In the greater scheme of things, when we finish this, I'm gonna finish up Nina Aquila, and then, unless I like decide to grab, I guess what, 4, 5, 6, and then the Great Ace Chronicles or whatever. We'll probably do one of like the Zero Escape games or something. I like doing Murder Mystery Visual Novel Monday. It's very nice and relaxing. Apollo, yeah, and then the 3DS ones. I'd have to find a way to get them running, but I think it's doable. Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. Yeah, Chad is very adamant about what games they want me to play for visual novel Murder Mystery. Oh, it's talking, making me hongy. I'm gonna have to make a shake. Oh. Oh, the investigation games too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's so many options. It'll probably come down to whoever screams at me the loudest whenever I have like an extra $20 laying around. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that the Karain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. I have no idea what Hotel Dusk is. Oh, awful. He was a jeweler, you know, and in the end he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up, to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister, could it be? No, they don't want to have a threesome with you. Stop asking. Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? Is it Dahlia? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Shitty Parents. This is like Shitty Parents, the video game. Yeah, it's really tough finding like visual novel / murder mystery type stuff that is very streamable and interactable. Thank you very much. Anything with voice acting in it already is a plus. You've helped clear up a lot of the details. Pearls had 2 older sisters. Huh. Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. The Somnium Files. I'm familiar with it. For some reason, that one really hasn't come up in discussion too much. That's why she had pearls? It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her. So Iris has a twin sister. Plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. All right. Yeah, so I've heard. I've definitely seen a lot of people stream it and thankfully avoided most of it. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is it that they're humming?
Hey, no motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Corain. Oop, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way.
I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae.
Every case is gonna be airtight.
I fucking hate it here.
Hey, pal.
Huh? Who? Me?
How long have you been there?
I just got here.
Oh, okay.
So what are you up to, detective?
I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon.
The real murder weapon?
That Bob Swood thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though.
Letter?
No victim, no cry.
Yes, they were generic Bob Marley tunes. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden. And they're taking the bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
What? You mean...
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sealed cabin, you're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? About the letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. All I find is some burn-up old letter.
Burn up old letter?
Yeah. It was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple.
The incinerator? I knew it. I knew it wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? You mind? Can I see it?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Spirit mediums? Burnt letter added to the court record. It's got to be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shijishi, though, that was found impaled on the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yeah, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? What's this secret weapon of yours?
You want to know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector!
Raise your hand if you didn't see this one coming from a mile away. Okay, chat. Who did not see this one coming from a mile away? Raise your hand now.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh?
Me? Yeah, you use the metal detector in the second game.
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Did I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? I will play forensic expert.
Come on, pal. It's good fun. I'm telling you.
All right then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, it's the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive that you could make it cry. It's so high-tech, you could skydive off it.
Oh, bother.
So, now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure. That's what we're trying to find out.
Right. So first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good look-you-see, pal. Don't worry, this paper will let you know when you've hit something metallic. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal?
This looks like a wallet.
Aha! That's where it's been.
Is it yours, Detective?
I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it.
But you still dropped it anyway.
Yeah, but now I found it again. Pal.
I mean, to be fair, at least they're not wasting it on tactical urban assault vehicles and fucking military spec weaponry. Your wallet is completely empty.
Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore.
Then how come the metal detector picked it up?
Must be because of the bell, I guess.
That's odd. The sled's made of plastic.
It says, Bikini number 1 on the side.
Maybe there's something under it? Hey, what's this? A badge?
Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that.
It's yours, detective?
That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there now.
How did you manage to drop your badge here, of all places?
I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and...
Stop right there. I don't need to hear any more.
Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder, which is not related to the
Stepbrother, I'm lost.
stepbrother. What crazy country would arm their citizen police department to the point that they're the top 5 military in the world? Good old US of A, baby. You know, the third most funded militarized country is the United States Police Force.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I've met plenty of guys like you, always picking up on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you can miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
The last person I need advice from is the guy in front of me. What's this? A pen?
Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal.
Huh? It's yours?
Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces.
That makes you detectives sound really nasty.
It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, Wright?
Then don't go losing it. Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here.
Don't touch that, pal.
Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're really nasty.
A trap? For detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag on your leg?
Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once.
Your finger?
There was this bit of cheese, and it looked so tasty. I reached out, and then, bam!
I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. Doesn't look like anything.
That Shichido next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it again anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about the sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take. All endings is one.
Yes, I've heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division.
You think about that kind of stuff, detective?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. Eh. This is Mr. Nim's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made out of wood.
But the detector is reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off. Examining evidence is a job for the...
Ah! The top is coming off.
Look what you've done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence.
Ah! The fuck?
That's,
A sword.
inside the staff.
Is this... Could it be?
The murder weapon?
I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
Cane sword! They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was this sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe? Who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No, no, no. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course! This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
It's about the same length as Shichishito, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it was wiped off. Let's see you later, pal!
Hey, Jake.
Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight.
Hold it! Wait up, detective. Huh?
What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know?
You're going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's probably diarrhea.
Oh so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think... Maya's been murdered.
Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of already in there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out, we know about it, and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular, one-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of the mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when we find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure. Thanks. I can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Denim doing with a staff like this in the first place? All right, y'all. It is that time, a little bit after 12:30. Didn't get all the way through it, so we're gonna have to try and wrap it up next Monday, get through the investigation, and maybe start the trial. But yeah, sorry it's a short one. I got wrapped up in some 3D modeling stuff and doing all sorts of shenanigans. But for me, I had a blast. I hope you did too. For those of you that stuck around, thank you so much for all the raids, the host, gift sub, some resubs. Those of you that want to know more, catch up with us and hang out, definitely check out the Discord. I am what I call an almost non-existent pinger. I don't like pinging in Discord, but it's a great way to catch up with what we're doing in the stream, hang out in voice chat, play games with us on Saturday nights, and get some good cooking recipes and talk sports.
you want to catch up on our playthrough of this series and the voice acting and some of my other speedrun and cooking and motorcycle vlog content, definitely check out the YouTube.